Tesla update here on the 22nd. So if you watched my SOFI video, this is pretty much piggybacking off of that. These are potentially in the same area. If you look at the 1.61 fib here on the log chart of this move right here, let's go ahead and do that. We get all the way up here at 513 bucks. Now that it's taken out the supply here that was around 400, we could potentially see this from Tesla. So if this was an A wave, this is an impulse, B wave, and you get a C wave down here. And then you get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for a first wave. You would get a second wave pullback right here. Make sure that looks correct. It's kind of a pretty quick move here. Let's see how far it actually retraced. Almost to the 0.5 fib. But anyway, this is where the next 5 waves started. It's pretty obvious it started right here. We go up here, pull back for a second wave. Third wave ended right here. And then what I think you see right here, I think this is actually going to end up being, it's either going to be a diagonal. It probably is a diagonal, to be honest. I think the fourth wave ended right here. And you have ABC, pullback, ABC, pullback. And you're going to see another move up here, I think. The thing with Tesla, though, is different than SOFI, is there's no 1.61 fib to go after, because the 1.61 fib of this move right here is still down here at 402. We blasted right through that. So I think this is more than likely in a third wave of a third wave similar to SOFI. I just went over that in the video. And you could potentially see 513 bucks here soon. So it would end up going like this. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 3, pull back, and then shoot up here to 513 bucks. That would either be wave C or overall wave 3, but at this point it looks like this is probably just going to be wave 3. And then you would see pull back, and then you would see a fifth wave higher. So I do not think that Tesla is too late to get in, but it is kind of nerve-wracking when you look at the daily and the weekly RSI at this point. You have the daily sitting up here at 84. Let's look at the weekly. The weekly, if it does end up breaking this, might have some bearish divergence, which would make sense for a fourth wave. And on the monthly, again, you're still in that bearish divergence. If it breaks above 490, it's not going to get above 75 on the RSI, I don't think. So if this follows the same path as SOFI, which is looking very, very likely, I would expect another move higher here after a short correction in the overall market. And then I would expect a pullback. Let's say we go up to 460. I think that was the top area. So 460, you're probably looking at something back down here to 430. And then you're looking at something like that. And then I'd be looking for an ABC pullback. And then I'd be looking for 5 waves after that. And I mean, this is going to be tough for most people because a lot of people are going to sell early. They're like, oh, I'm up so much money. I actually sold the other day. I sold my shares. Now I'm trading around it. Selling puts. I've been trading Tesla L. I just feel more comfortable trading it right now until we get an actual pullback here. And then once we get a fourth wave pullback, I'd probably get back in, maybe use some divergences to get back in. But right now, there's probably one more move up. So who knows? Maybe tomorrow I'll buy back in Tesla or TSLL and try to ride this up here to about 460. If that's possible. You look at the RSI. So yeah, it has bearish divergence even on the hourly here. So normally I would be against buying it, but it could still go like this. It can just go up here like that, and then the stock goes like this, and then eventually you finally fall down here for a fourth wave. So more than likely, Tesla has some more upside here, and it's definitely a tough hold. I think this whole market is tough on some names. There's a lot of undervalued names still out there that I think can run a lot harder than this. Like this, you might be looking at, let's just see, 444 for a pullback. Let's just see if it made a fifth wave. This is going to give me crazy numbers. You could be looking at 750 bucks. So you're looking at like a 80% gain or something like that over the next like 6 months potentially. Let's talk about the bearish possibility. Let's just say this ends up, for whatever reason, ends up being an ABC move. And comes up here, and then we get 5 waves down like that. That wouldn't make that much sense if it breaks this high, because I've talked about this in the past. If this is an ABC move here, this would have to be a 5-wave move. If it breaks 490, that invalidates that. So if it breaks 490, I'm fully on board with the move up to 700, and I think that's probably coming. So yeah, hopefully that helps out. I think we're in a third wave of a third wave. You could potentially see 460 here soon, maybe after a smaller correction. And then I'd be looking for a pullback and another move up here to 512 bucks. And then from there, you're probably going to get a corrective move back down to 450, and then another move higher like that. So that's pretty much all I got to say in this video. It looks like it's pretty much in the same path as SOFI. You can watch that video. I'm putting that out as well. It's definitely possible that this whole thing ends up being bearish divergence. You can see here, the top of the momentum was way back here on the 3-month chart. The crazy move in 2021. Ever since then, it's just been kind of BS, really, overall. And now when I'm looking at this too, we have to consider that I was wrong, and this is not a C wave down, and this was actually a diagonal. So now I'm just seeing this right now. That makes the most sense here. So this is definitely a sketchy move. Definitely a sketchy move, but this could just be a diagonal as well. Let's just go ahead and take this first wave, put it at the bottom here. And this suggests a move up to 633 bucks. So either way, it looks like Tesla is probably going to keep on going higher. Same with SOFI. If you want to make money, you're going to have to get on board. You can't be trying to time the top of puts. It looks like we're going to get some small pullbacks, but I don't think you're going to get anything substantial. So look for the long side on Tesla, just as you would with SOFI. And that's pretty much all I got to say right now. Leave me a comment, like, subscribe, more updates, and I'll catch you in the next video.